I too sick, man, I gon' need a medic. I stay fly, LV on my belly. Don't be the kind, that I'm my pocket heavy. Have money on my brain, keep talk what you saying. Talk out with the code that I serve, not the lane. Ice on my neck that shine like a chain. Now that money, me no know what you're saying. Bitcoin hot, I'm study stocks. I want all the hood, I'm a not that up. I'm flying like this, now I don't need a gas. I'm up on the line, anywhere up on the map.
What's up and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at my one trade on the NASDAQ 100. So I had one profitable trade today, closed it out for $64 profit and made no more trades on this account. So I had entered this trade at around 6 p.m. yesterday and then I closed it out at 7 a.m. today. Typically when I open a trade from yesterday, the ideal times to close it is like 6:30. If I get a runner, then I can close it at 10. If it continues, I close it at 12. If it's even more of a home run, I would typically close it at 3, but that's a stretch. So today I just closed it out at 7, locked in some profits, and then the market started to go down from there. So it was a good trade overall, and I'll be showing it. So on the 6 o'clock candle here, you can see I entered at 18,311. So on the 6 o'clock, 18,311, and then I had a stop loss. Where's my stop loss? My stop loss was at 18,261.2. So I think that was like 50. Yeah, about a stop loss of $50. I would have lost $50 on this trade if it went against me, and then I closed it out at 18,375.9. So I closed this because it was more than one risk to reward that I actually made on the trade. So I decided it would be definitely worth it to just lock in some profits. So I closed it at 18,375 on the 7 candle. And let's see where that was. So you can see I at the 5 o'clock candle, I was at that price point for sure, but I closed it out on the 7 because I just didn't feel like it was going to continue for the rest of the day, and I wanted to lock that in. On other accounts, I actually let the position ride and re-entered at the 10 a.m. candle, but that actually went against me, as you can see here. After 10 a.m. it was like a sell-off. This was 9, then 10 a.m. we had like this bearish candle, a lot of bearish volume, and then we started to trend down, and at about 3 p.m. you had a big sell-off. So that would have been a bad trade to hold if I had held it on this account, but you can see I made $64 there and made no more trades on the day. And let's get into the watch list. So that Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin came down today. I had a different trade on a different account that Bitcoin actually hit up my stop loss. So we're trading about similar to yesterday. So at 69752. So Bitcoin is Tesla. I think it was trading a bit higher today, slightly higher, but at the start of the day it was much higher at 183, but now we're at 178. So still a little bit higher than yesterday. IMMR, I would say it's about the same. These stocks don't seem to move a lot, especially these stocks that I'm tracking. They don't seem to move a lot, but then when they start to move, you can't really catch them at that point. Bitfarms 2.19, so it's actually the lowest it's been in a while. So it's actually still trending down. Even if you had a put, you would have lost on that because of how much it's zigzag up, down, up, down, up, down. Nvidia, we're at 930, so it's actually a bit lower. AMD, if Nvidia is lower, AMD more than likely is going to be a bit lower. Same way, so about let's see, I would say 170 to 165. 178. So AMD really did nothing, is kind of showing that it's not really reflecting everything that's happening with Nvidia. It's kind of moving in its own world. And AMD has been at 178, 179, 179, 178 for about a week now. SMCI, see what this is doing. It had like a sell off day, but it's still higher than the rest of them, still at 1040. So, what would I say about this? Just to give a brief description. So, we have Bitcoin, same as yesterday, Tesla, a little higher, IMMR, same, Bitfarm, lower, Nvidia, lower, AMD, same, and I would say same. I wouldn't say it's much lower. So let's see how tomorrow trades. Tomorrow is a Wednesday. We haven't been having a lot of directional moves in the market this week. If you go down to the daily, we've had two bearish candles since this week. So from here, Friday we had a bearish candle, didn't close lower. Monday we had a bearish candle, but it's still closing within that range. Now Tuesday we have a bearish candle, but it's closing lower. So we might, it depends now. We might see it come down here, and we might see it go above. On the weekly, what is it looking like? On the weekly, we're still not fully bearish, but it's just mixed right now. I'm not even sure where my bias is. It just looks kind of confusing, you know. I would look bullish just simply off this level, but we have this entire gap that might get filled. This is the kind of, this is the area that I'm worrying about. I'm worrying that the price is gonna come down and take out this area before even going up, which is a possibility. So we're gonna look out for that. I'm wondering what I'm gonna trade tomorrow. I'm thinking, it's hard to tell, either buys or sell. So I'm gonna keep the risk low, probably risk about $30 and aim for a sell in case we have like a fair value gap fill. In case we have a gap fill, it would be a clean trade. Let's see if any of these indicators actually report that as a fair value gap. Come back. What are you doing that? What are you doing that? Let's get this one out of the way. So you can see it's actually showing you that that is a fair value gap, and sometimes the market tends to either respect the value gap or kind of come down and break it down. So let's see, I'm going bearish bias just simply with two sell side candles, 1, 2, 3. Kind of a violent move to the upside tomorrow. If we have that, I would be looking to play that after 10 a.m. After you have that 9:30 manipulation, and then 10 you kind of get that push up. So let's see what happens. But for right now, my bias is bearish. We'll see how that trades. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.